let's look at a Mandela effect moment that fried my brain. In episode 4 of Star Wars, the first Star Wars film to be released, Princess Leia makes a desperate plea through a hologram, a holographic projection seen by Luke Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi. In it, she says, "Help blank, Obi-Wan Kenobi, your blank only hope." Let's listen to it now.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Really? Really? You're my only hope? Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope? That line limits Princess Leia's concern to herself. She was not simply concerned with herself, she was concerned with the people of the galaxy. She was not involved in her own sort of narcissistic heroism. She was truly trying, in this fiction, of course, she was truly trying to help everybody in the galaxy. So, would such a line have become so iconic? For me, when I might drop an egg making breakfast, drop an egg, or spill some milk, or knock over the garbage, or whatever might happen. Get into the shower when the water was too cold. Whatever it might be for years, and even today, I will say, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're our only hope. Now, I would say this even if it was just me in the room. I wasn't thinking about myself. I was thinking about sort of a broader picture of things. So, hundreds of times I've said it. It's perhaps the most repeated line I've said to myself of anything. I've really enjoyed saying it. I know it's silly, but hey. And now it's my only hope? That doesn't work. So let's look at some evidence online. So here we have an Obi-Wan Kenobi button from 2012. And we have a number of repetitions of Obi-Wan Kenobi or variations thereof. You are our only hope, help us. Obi-Wan, you are our only hope, and so forth. So that you can see it, we'll go through it a couple times and then look at some other things as well. I find it striking that now these are just a few cultural references. There are actually thousands, tens of thousands of references to help us. You are our only hope, often with Obi-Wan Kenobi or a variation on that. We can see many variations on this. Help us, Bernie. You're our only hope. various others, notice that the usage is in plural. Help us, our only hope. Help us, Donald Trump. You're our only hope. And again, General Kenobi. Now that's a reference to the television episode. Chicago Cubs. You're our only hope. John Kerry. And it goes on and on. One thing that I found quite striking is that when I attempted to do searches using misquote or misquoted, I didn't get any results. I would expect that there would be many websites touting the fact that this had been misquoted forever. Misquoted forever. That it actually was, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you are my only hope. But almost everybody thinks that it's, help us, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're our only hope. But I didn't find a single entry on the web that said that this line was misquoted. I mean, the movie came out in 1977. I would like to find a VHS made as early as possible to see what the line is. But I didn't learn Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're our only hope. I did not learn that from watching VHSs. I've learned it from watching the film multiple times. One might argue that Lucas decided to change the line. If so, if he changed it upon releasing DVDs and so forth, or upon the second release, what would possess him to do that when it was such a central line in popular culture? There we go. And here's an overall view. There's one that says, help me, and then you're our only hope. So it becomes a blend. And I could show you website after website. So one thing to quickly note as we return to the requotes is that the television episode said, help us, General Kenobi, you're our only hope. If it was a reference to the original, it would have said, help me. Of course, for many, many reasons, help me doesn't work. So now let's talk just really briefly about what this might mean or what implications there might be. Well, if we think about Jaws, what's the famous Mandela affected line there? It's now saying you're going to need a bigger boat instead of we are going to need a bigger boat. So it shifted from plural, from including both the speaker and the listener, into something singular, from plural to singular. Build it and he will come takes away the unity of the plurality. It was build it and they will come. They makes a lot of sense. They is a plurality. But now it's just he. And if we look at other instances, like interview with a vampire becoming interview with the vampire says there's only one vampire to be interviewed. And so again, instead of having a plurality of vampires, now there's just one. And then there are other instances in which words become singular. Christopher Reeves, Sally Fields. There are plenty of others. So this is quite interesting because the inability of us now to watch such a pivotal line spoken in popular culture and have a feeling of us as everyone, having that taken away as a line is pretty significant. I'm not saying I have any idea how or why it happened, but it certainly strongly suggests more research on our part.